Hi guys, Rachel here. This is my partner Moira.
Hi.
And I wanted to make a video just talking about how we have been doing with coronavirus and kind of talk about what we thought about it previously, how we feel about it now, how it's been affecting our internship, and kind of how we're coping. So, how did you feel with like everything going on at first, and what were kind of your thoughts?
I didn't think it was that big of a deal at first, because I think, especially at first, they really talked about how it was kind of like older people were getting it, like people our age, like at first, like weren't getting it, so I didn't think that it mattered for us, and like we were at a pediatric hospital last week, and the dietitians there didn't really seem to think it was that big of a deal. So I just didn't think it was that big of a deal. What about for you?
Yeah, for me, I would say exactly the same. People were freaking out about it. Grocery stores were selling out. Toilet paper, obviously, selling out. And I think it was the fact also that we were in a pediatric hospital where they were having also the same train of thought as to like not a lot of children are getting this, so we're kind of even like in a very safe space. We were still going to our rotations like normal. People weren't talking so much about being quarantined and stuff like that, so for sure I had the same mentality of like, oh my gosh, like this is just like a flu, like it'll pass. But obviously things have gotten more serious now.
It was kind of like everything like changed over the weekend, and like it wasn't that big of a deal on Friday, and then like by Sunday it was like, oh, a bunch of people aren't even going to their rotations tomorrow.
So for us, it's 12 people in our program. I think 8 of us had their rotations canceled. A lot of it was like renal rotation, so like dialysis centers and such, nursing homes, school dining. For us, also sustainability, because that's like tied to the school that we're doing our school dining rotation at. And which ones were the other ones that got canceled?
I don't remember.
But there was like a few, like a good group of them that people are not going to be going to anymore. So I think it's mostly the facilities aren't taking any students because we're basically non-essential staff members. So I totally get it. So,
but we are still at our site. We're actually right here right now, which is why we keep looking up. And so there's 4 of us that are still in our sites, us doing food service. We are at a like assisted living retirement community, but we're on like the independent living side. And then there's 2 girls that are finishing up their clinical, like their inpatient clinical. But I don't think anybody really knows what's happening. Like after these 6 weeks, we don't even know if we're gonna be here for the 6 weeks total. But after these 6 weeks, like everything after this is shut. So like we're supposed to do our dining service at the school with the sustainability. The school is closed. Nursing home and renal, and none of those are accepting students right now. So we're going to be doing a lot of online learning after this, apparently.
So right now we're, as you said, in our food service rotation. We've had a lot of downtime. They are scrambling, getting things ready, trying to figure things out. We're mainly in like a restaurant style type place, like buffet style. I don't know how to describe it. And they've kind of totally changed that into a carry-out service for the next couple of days, and then Saturday they'll be transitioning to a delivery service. And I think there's like 2,300 residents or something like that. And they're going to be doing delivery service for 3 days at a time. So they're under a lot of pressure and a lot of stress to be able to come up with meals that are easy to prepare, that people can just like heat up super quick. Obviously something that's that individuals will like. Also, like, you know, that those that are vegetarian could have an option, and those that are not, you know. So trying to make everyone happy, which is a lot. So we totally get why we've had some of the downtime. So yeah, how do you think this has like affected this specific rotation per se, and kind of what were some of the expectations that you had coming in, and how have those expectations like changed or not?
So I kind of expected to be doing anything, unfortunately, because they have had to change their entire like way that they give food to the residents here. Understandably, they have not been giving us anything to do, which we obviously totally understand, because like this has never happened before. They don't really know what they're doing, but at the same time, like I would like to be doing something useful, and we're just not. So my case study has been getting done, which is great. Unfortunately, that's not what this time was supposed to be for, so that's a little bit disappointing. I was kind of excited for food service. Like, I like food. I like attempting to cook. So I thought we were going to be able to cook more, and we have not done that at all. We're not going to be able to do a theme meal at all, which I'm pretty disappointed about. But I'm hoping that we get to stay here and that we get to actually, like, do something while we're here. So
Yeah, for sure. I share same sentiment. Well, yes and no. I have roommates that have already gone through this rotation, and I guess I came in with my biases, and also like just speaking to the other students and just as to what they have experienced. So I came in not expecting this to be one of my favorite rotations, and I could speak probably for a lot of dietetic interns that don't expect food service to be like the funnest and coolest rotation they've done, but certainly I was excited to start something new. And yeah, we've kind of like just been working on other projects, which is totally fine. We're being productive, but it's just unfortunate. It's an unfortunate time to be here. And it just means that all day we're just working on our own things. And we kind of wish that we were maybe a little more involved in how they have had to transition some of the ways that they do certain things to make sure that, you know, the residents are ultimately fed and safe. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
And I think, like, going off of that, like, if we're not really, you know, all the things we've been doing so far, we could do at home.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's kind of like, well, I don't know if I don't think I have coronavirus. I don't think you have coronavirus. But, you know, our age group is the most likely to be asymptomatic, but also give it to other people. And the people who live at this facility are in, like, the most, like, likely to, like, for something serious to happen to them. And so that's kind of like where we're at, that we're like, well, if we're not doing things for this facility, then why are we here?
Yeah.
So
we've definitely spoken to the people here that are in charge and are kind of making sure that we get our work done or whatever. We've definitely tried to reach out to them and just communicate about how we're feeling and ask if there's anything we could do in any way that we could be helpful. And I get it. There's just like, we've only been here for a few days, so we really can be really helpful because
it's Thursday. We got here on Monday.
We haven't been trained. I mean, I learned how to make a milkshake. I'm just, like, so proud of that. And like we've been in like you were in the salad bar, soup station. I've been mainly in desserts and stuff like that. But other than that, we haven't been trained for many things. So I get how at this point we're more of a liability than a help, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what's been going on, and we're just trying to come up with some projects. We also spoke with our director, and she encouraged us to work on some other things and gave us ideas as to some of the things that we could do while we're here, and just kind of understanding that if things don't get better within the next couple of days, you know, maybe it'll be best for her to find something else for us to do within, you know, the unfortunate set of events that are going on right now. So definitely a work in progress. I have a lot of opinions, and I'm just gonna throw one of them out there. I think the Academy of Dietetics and Nutrition should let us all graduate with less than 1,200 hours, even if it's just 1,100 hours. that's maybe super selfish because I've already done my community rotations. I've already done my clinical rotations. A lot of people just plainly don't really like the food service rotation. I'm excited to learn and like, you know, to try something completely different than what I've done. That's not what I'm saying, but I know a lot of people maybe wouldn't benefit from not having those extra 100 hours, especially if their clinical rotation is like their very last rotation and it's kind of happening within this time of coronavirus. I'm just like selfishly saying that if everything is on pause, like if graduations are canceled, schools are canceled, like people are being told to work from home, like to avoid big crowds, like how are we still here?
Yeah. Well, but then there's people like one of the girls who I went to school with just finished hers. Like she had like a couple weeks left and just did a bunch of online stuff and then is done now. So she's like, I'm taking the test as soon as the testing places are open again on like April 19th or whatever.
Yeah, April 16th, like that's when like you can retake it. And I feel for those people that have been studying and wanted to take the test sooner than later. Sorry, there's a lot of noise around, but and now have to like are pushed back because of the deadline. I would be so upset, but
yeah,
I get it. So anyway,
wouldn't be very fair for those people who like
it wouldn't be fair for any of the other people any of the other years, but due to the events and everything that's been going on, I mean, they are coming up with exceptions for a bunch of different people, like even kids. Like I heard that kids don't even have to take like exams to pass to the next grade because there's no way for them to kind of do that. Apparently, I think you told me like Wi-Fi companies are like giving Wi-Fi for free. Was that you?
It was Zoom. It's giving Zoom for free to schools.
Okay, I heard also about Wi-Fi. I think my best friend told me about that. Like they're also giving like free Wi-Fi to people because there's obviously low-income individuals that don't have Wi-Fi, but other than, you know, how would they learn? So it's just a lot of different things. So
it's been a lot.
It's been a lot.
Last, like 4 days.
It's been a lot. And it's just kind of reminding ourselves that this is really, hopefully, not the end of the world. I really don't think it's the end of the world. But we are in the middle of a pandemic, and we have to be more careful.
Yeah.
And it feels for us like we're being told to be really careful, to wash your hands, to this and that, yet some of us are still being sent to our rotations to be exposed.
Or exposing,
which is exactly what you were saying about being asymptomatic and you know. So
I'm not worried about me, I'm worried about passing it to somebody else.
I think we would be fine. I think if we got it, God willing, like we would be totally fine. So.
Well, what are you doing like to keep yourself sane right now, because it's been crazy?
I personally don't have cable, so that's one thing. I don't even like watch like regular like TV without cable, like so I don't watch news. I have been grocery shopping a few times just to make sure I have enough food if we were to be quarantined for the next couple of weeks. I have done that. But usually when I get home, I just disconnect from everything. I mean, I'm still in social media, like I still am looking at the funny memes and stuff like that, but other than that, I totally come home and just watch videos, watch a movie. I watched Frozen 2 the other day. I mean, whoa.
Same.
And just try to take it one day at a time. I'm not freaking out about it. Like in my like idle time, I'm completely like disconnected from coronavirus. Yeah. What about you?
Well, I'm literally the opposite. Rachel and I are a very good pair because we are
completely
so very opposite.
Yeah.
I have been kind of an anxious mess for the last couple days. I watched like 2 seasons of Parks and Rec over the weekend. I've never watched it before though, so it's like it's fine because I've never watched it before. I'm binging it now. I think my boyfriend wants to kill me, but so I've been like watching that. We actually watched Frozen on the same night, like without talking to each other about it. And so it's been a lot of Parks and Rec. Trying not to go on Twitter because Twitter seems to be worse than like Instagram, but Twitter, it's all kind of bad.
Funny.
I need to like turn off my news notifications on my phone, I think.
Oh, no.
Because it's too much.
Yeah, it's too much. No. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. It probably wasn't, but
It's fine. We're talking it out though, so that's good.
yeah, we just kind of, well, I asked Moira if she'd be interested in making a video with me because I thought it'd be kind of interesting to even look back one day and be like, that was so silly. We totally survived. We graduated on time. We
I hope
are, yeah, we're 30 weeks down, 14 weeks to go. We're almost done with our 14th week, with our, well, yeah,
31st.
31st week. Yeah. So we're almost there, and yeah, I hope this was helpful. I hope this was entertaining, and if you're interested, keep watching for other videos. Bye!